Hello again. This is Reverend Dore Jacques Patlian teaching the science of mind from Sarasota, Florida. And it's another picture-perfect winter day here on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Today we want to talk about the love of God. No matter what else is going on in your life, you can be absolutely sure of one thing. You are loved beyond measure by your Creator, that divine intelligence, that beautiful spirit we call God. No matter what you have done or failed to do in your life, you are loved. No matter how often you fall short of the person you think you should be, you are loved. No matter what you've been taught about sin or punishment, hell, or other man-made ideas, you are loved beyond human understanding by our God. You rest in the loving arms of God. You are safe. You are loved. You have a great future. This simple idea is often a hard one for many of us to accept. You see, we look at our lives and our world through human eyes, and we think, feel, and judge our lives as humans judge. What human would love a person that murdered someone, or would love a gang member who shot a little girl in a senseless drive-by shooting, or some of the terrorist incidents we've had, the people that perpetrated them? Hard to love people like that, isn't it? Could you love someone like the people I described above? Could I? My answer is probably not. In the case of the people who kill innocent women and children to make a political statement, definitely not. Not even me as a minister. Because we are human, it is so hard for us to transcend our humanness and look at our world and our lives as God sees us. In fact, it is so hard for us to rise above our human judgment and hatred that we make God in our image rather than realizing that we are made in God's image. We create a God who creates death and mass destruction. We create a God who punishes his children with eternal fire and damnation. We create a God who sends destruction upon his children just for being what he created them to be, human. We create a God who punishes if you don't wear the right clothes or cover your hair or eat certain foods. That's not the God that exists. That's not the God that really is there. Dear ones, I tell you, that is not the truth of God. That is our distorted, warped idea of God, seen through our cloudy filter of judgment, anger, and hatred. Because we cannot live unconditionally and love unconditionally, we assume that God is like us. Nothing could be further than the truth. God is our creator. We're not separate from God. We're part of God. God's royal blood flows through our veins. God's heart is within our heart. God's unlimited mind is within our mind, waiting for us to bring it forth through the medium of faith, prayer, right thinking, right speaking, and right action. Yes, that's the key to the fulfilled, abundant life. To know at last that everything we could ever need, every power we desperately seek outside ourselves, is already there lying dormant inside each and every one of us. We have been given the keys to the kingdom of God, to the keys to the kingdom of heaven, which is that peace that passes all understanding. But so many of us live in the wastelands of fear, lack, and limitation. We've not been promised a life of good enough. We've been promised the abundant life, full of joy, health, love, and comfort. This life is created in partnership with God, not by God. We do the work. God gives us the power and supplies the raw materials, the plan, and the talent. And to the extent that we do our job well, we either prosper and have a happy life, or we don't prosper and we have a sad life. It's all up to us, you see. How well do we use the gifts that we've been made? How well do we use the plans that God has laid out on this planet and the materials that we have to build our life? That's our job. But what greater love is there than that of our dear God? No matter how short of our potential we fall, no matter how foolish we sometimes are, no matter how lost in our own ego world of facts, no matter how often we doubt and question God's sacred promises to us, God still loves us unconditionally and is eager to welcome us home to our birthright when our journey is done. Can you love this way? If not, let's together begin to practice this kind of love today, right here on earth, and watch our lives bloom with every good thing, because the more you love, the more you will receive love. We are here to learn love with all our hearts, our minds, and our souls. In fact, that's our only real business here on this earth. Be about the Lord's business and know that you're about your business. May God inspire your every thought, word, and deed, and may your life blossom like a rose in the springtime. Until we speak again, this is Reverend Dore Patlian saying bye-bye for now.